Hi there, Bulldogs. This is Dr. Miller, one of your assistant principals, showing you the process to put in future course requests within Skyward. The first step is you need to go to Skyward like you always do to check your grades and attendance records and everything else, and you need to log in using your credentials. Once again, this is not parents' credentials. This is your credentials as a student. Once I do so and click log in here, you're going to see all of our tabs that are off to the left-hand side. And the tab that I want to bring you to today is called Schedule. When I click on the scheduling tab in this matrix in the middle of the screen, you will see all of your current courses that you are registered for this fall and then also next spring as well. The area that we want to go to is called Course Requests, and notice that it's now open for this student. And there's a hyperlink, and the hyperlink reads Request Courses for 2021-22 in Grand Community High School. Clicking on that link will take me into the area of the software now where I'm actually making future course requests. As a senior next year, Stewie General here, who is our example student, needs to have certain things. For example, everyone's required to have a fourth year of English. And we have English 12, Advanced English 12, Honors English 12, and AP offerings. We're going to put Stewie into English 12 for the fall. We click on that course name and simply click on Add Course to the right-hand side. One thing to note is anytime you have a year-long class, be sure to add both the fall and the spring. So right now I've got English 12 for the fall and English 12 for the spring. Another thing that I need to take as a senior that I haven't taken already is Gov. So I'm going to go in and take Government and add that to my course list. A third requirement that most students have going into their senior year is a full year's worth of PE as well. So I, as Stewie, am going to go in and I'm going to take a couple PE classes here as well. So I'm going to take that one, my Advanced Team Sports. And I'm also going to go in and take an Advanced Strength and Conditioning class for the spring. So as of right now, up at the top, we have a running record here. We have requested 5 classes total for a total of 2.50 credits. All students have a minimum requirement of taking 10 classes, 5 each semester, for a total credit amount of 5.0. So right now, Stewie is halfway there. Because I'm going on to a 2 to 4 year school right now, I'm going to take a look at some math classes as well. I'm in Algebra 2 this year. Math's not my favorite. Stats and Trig is probably going to be the option that I want for next year. So I'm going to add Stats and Trig. The other thing to note here is I've been looking up course numbers, but if I just type in TRIG for Trig, hit return, I will find trigonometry pretty quickly. So you can look this up by number, or you can look this up by the name of it as well. Type in the first few letters. The running total now has a full year of English, has government, has stats, has my full year of PE. Now it's time to get some fun stuff and some electives in there as well. As a student, I've always wanted to take and never had room in my schedule to take a foods class. I'm going to take Food Prep and Nutrition 1 and add that to my course list. Also, I haven't dabbled into the art arena much, so I'm interested in taking an intro to art class as well. And then with everything happening in the world today, I'm very interested in a social studies class known as Global Insights. So I'm going to add that back in too. So what I have done so far is basically built my schedule with all these course requests in. Notice I have 10 courses up here for 5.0 credits. That is the minimum. The maximum that a student could take is 7.0 credits or 14 requests total. So you can't take more than 14 and you can't take less than 10. Now this is my schedule that I want, but let's say Global Insights, for example. That one tends to be one section course, and there's a good chance something else in my schedule might actually butt up against it and kind of block me from getting into that class, and I'll have to make a difficult choice. To make it easier for yourself as well as for your scheduler, there's another tab up at the top called Request Alternates, and that's exactly what they are. It's basically saying if I can't get course number 1, what would I prefer to take in its place? So for example, if I can't get Global Insights right now, maybe I want to take a psychology class instead. When I click on psychology and add the course, it will keep a running record over here, and notice that all the R's next to this mean that it's a course request. 1 implies that is my first priority for an alternate course in the event that I can't get one of the other courses that I want. I would say for any high-risk course, so something that doesn't run that often throughout the course of the day, I want to add a couple of alternates to that as well. Probably with the foods class, I want to add something too. If I can't get foods, I'm perfectly okay with getting into another art class as well. Maybe I've been interested in digital art, for example. Clicking on digital art and adding that course, I now have that added in as an alternative request as well. So I can go through the process here of adding some, let's do sociology. as a backup in case. It's okay. And I'm going to put in one more here and just show you how this process works as well. And let's say that I'm interested in possibly going into, if I can't get that foods class, maybe I'll take a life resource management course. Same department, different course. Okay, so up at the top, I have 4 alternative courses. If you see the arrows that are there, there's an up arrow and a down arrow. I can move them down in priority. So after putting these in, if I thought, man, life resource management is really what I want as a higher priority, I can simply hop it up my list. And notice that life resource management is now my number 1 alternative choice. So what we're telling all students is please put in your course requests of those things you need to graduate, those things that you'd like to have, and then put in some alternates, maybe 3 or 4 of them total, that if you can't get course number 1, you'll get course number 2 or course number 3 or course number 4. So as of right now, there is no save button. I've gone through the process of requesting my course and my alternates. If I simply close out of this window right now, it's automatically being synced with Skyward. And if I go in later and want to go back and change my mind in the next 48 hours or so, all of the things that I worked on are right here, including the courses I've requested and the alternative request. And that's how you do future request processing. Go get it, Bulldogs.